Welcome in, guys. We are here today to talk about St. Jude with Kelley McKimens from our St. Jude representative, and Nate Lehman, the Director of Fraternal Health on the TKE staff, whose primary responsibility is our relationship with St. Jude. Welcome both Nate and Kelley. Glad to have you both here.
Hey, Alex. Glad to be here.
Thank you. We're excited.
So my name is Alex Baker. I'm the fraternity's Chief Information Officer, and I'm going to be your host today as we talk about St. Jude. So as we get started here, the very first thing I want to talk about today is really our partnership with St. Jude. And so Kelley, I know St. Jude is such an important part of TKE and an important part of Danny Thomas's story in the founding of St. Jude, et cetera. And as we're getting started, can you tell us a little bit about St. Jude and share some mission moment with our viewers here today?
Yeah, so we think that the most important part of this partnership is really that you have an awareness of what St. Jude is. And so St. Jude is a hospital based in Memphis, Tennessee. We treat all of our patients at no cost. No family receives a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because we believe that all a family should worry about is helping their child to live. And so you guys are really helping to push that forward. At St. Jude, we have raised the childhood cancer survival rate from 20% when we opened in 1962 to over 80% today. And we're not going to stop until no child dies in the dawn of life. So to start, I wanted to share one of my favorite mission moment videos with you. It's called Building St. Jude. It is like the coolest video. It shows how Danny Thomas started the hospital, what it looked like however many years ago, and what it looks like today. And it's one of the most moving videos that I have seen. So take a look.
It's a glittering premiere at the Chicago Theater for Warner Brothers' I'll See You in My Dreams. A real dream has come true, for this benefit premiere launches a drive for a new hospital sponsored by the film star Danny Thomas, here arriving with his family. Years ago, Danny vowed he'd build a hospital if he ever became famous. $32,000 are subscribed, the first of $1 million Danny Thomas tells friends he'll raise for the St. Jude's hospital of his dreams.
They said it couldn't be done. They said that it was a task which would break my heart. They said it was impossible. At this very moment, as I speak to you, in the city of Memphis, Tennessee, there is being constructed a hospital in the form of a star.
There it is, in concrete, glass, and steel, to offer help to all the children of the world, regardless of race, creed, or economic status.
You and I have vowed that we will do everything in our power, spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially, to bring about the defeat of these catastrophic diseases. We're going to begin with leukemia, and by God's grace, after defeating it, go on to other diseases. That little tiny building has led the world in advancements in pediatric science and clinical care, and now it's going to rise up. You will bring it to the fore through an organization called ALSAC.
If I were to die tomorrow, I now know why I was born.
While we're sitting here making this video, there's a family that's walking through the front doors on a Friday afternoon, and they're at St. Jude. When we came to St. Jude, I asked the doctor, "Can you treat my child?" And he said, "No. We're going to cure him."
All right, that is, like I said, one of my favorite mission moments. Literally, I have probably seen it hundreds of times, and that's not an exaggeration. And every single time, it just gives me chills. It like honestly chokes me up because it's so powerful. And every time that I see that video, I just like there's always something new at the hospital. And I love to think about what Danny Thomas would think if he saw the hospital today. How proud he would be. How proud he would be that TKE is one of the partners that is leading us to have created this amazing place for the children that we treat. So wanted to start off and just thank you guys for your partnership and all that you have done to make St. Jude what it is.
Yeah, Kelley, that's absolutely my
Kelley.
favorite video as well. Still get choked up when I see it. I love the way that it shows the different parts of the hospital and tells Danny's story, and it's just I love seeing that video and love sharing it with our members.
Nate, what for those who don't know, because obviously not everybody knows the history and connection with Danny Thomas, can you talk a little bit about Danny's tie to TKE and why that's so important to us?
Sure. Yeah. So Danny came to us as an honorary member. He was approached after he had actually started his campaign to create St. Jude and create the hospital and this amazing, mission in his life. And for me, I personally believe that he saw the values of TKE and how they aligned with his own values in creating St. Jude, and just saw that it was a perfect fit. And after he became an honorary initiate, he maintained an involvement in the fraternity, going to chapter visits and helping with the coast to coast keg roll from back in the day to raise money for St. Jude. And he was always there. He was always either at the beginning or at the finish line, whatever coast. He stayed involved and engaged. He was at the headquarters dedication on Founders Road in Indianapolis. Both him and Marlo, they came in for that and were part of the fundraising efforts that our guys at Butler had done. And so when you look at the old editions of the TKE magazine, you get to see how he's quoted and talked about and highlighted over the years. And so I think he'd be really proud of that. The fraternity that he became a part of is still actively engaged in doing all this efforts and raising awareness and fundraising for the kids and what he dreamed up and what became his passion in life.
Yeah, the quote from the 1978 the TKE was just phenomenal. Where he talks about that it's the marriage between the greatest fraternity and the world's greatest research hospital. It just every time it's one of my favorite quotes to listen to and hear, and just because he really did see the greatness and the importance of our relationship between both St. Jude and TKE. So that's awesome. So now that we've covered a little bit of background, the important thing that's going on right now is it is September, which is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And St. Jude has a big program that happens in September, which is the WalkRun to End Childhood Cancer. So Kelley, can you talk to me a little bit about the WalkRun and give some updates for the WalkRun and what's going on?
The partnership that TKE and St. Jude has isn't just an idea. It's one of the best partnerships that we have. We love working with you guys, but it's the boots on the ground that makes it the most valuable. And so we wanted to provide you with an option for how to be fundraising in September and how to activate and get your chapters excited at the beginning of the school year. And St. Jude WalkRun is the perfect opportunity for you guys to do this. This year, St. Jude WalkRun is virtual. Surprise, surprise. All of the St. Jude WalkRun events, no matter which market that you would be participating in, all of the events are on September 26th, which is in just a couple weeks. And so this year, what we're doing, we have created a St. Jude WalkRun app that you can download in the App Store. And this app will walk you through how to register for the walk that you want to be a part of. It will give you a tour of St. Jude. If you have raised $50, you can see a virtual tour of St. Jude, which is really awesome. It will also give you like monthly fitness challenges. So all month you can prepare for your walk or run by participating in these different fitness challenges on the app. And then you can also fundraise through the app. So you can deposit checks into your Team Raiser account. You can share your link on Facebook or social media or other social medias. There's a ton of different things that you can do on this app pre-walk. And then during the walk on September 26th, you'll be able to open the app and participate in your local opening ceremonies. So each market has created a different ceremony based on where they're from. So they have local patient families, local businesses, and sponsors that will be a part of this opening ceremony, as well as a few national elements. So each market, depending on where you live, whatever's closest to you, will have a unique opening ceremony and a unique experience, which is really awesome. And then once you're finished with the opening ceremony, you get to go on a walk wherever you choose, around your neighborhood or around your campus. And you, by opening the app, you'll be able to do, have like an interactive experience as you're walking, similar to like Pokemon Go, where as you're walking, there will be little like avatars that you can pick up. Like the example we've been using is that there will be a red wagon somewhere along your walk. And by picking up the red wagon, you'll be able to learn that at the hospital, we don't use wheelchairs, we use red wagons to get our patients from room A to room B, because wheelchairs are sad and can be scary and have a negative connotation, whereas a red wagon is really fun and will keep the children smiling as they're going from treatment to treatment. So the app is super cool. I'm genuinely really excited to see what it looks like. I love that we're able to bring the St. Jude mission to you wherever you're at. So that's something that's really awesome. To get started with the St. Jude WalkRun, we are asking that you register with your chapters. So as the philanthropy leader, you are responsible for bringing this information to the rest of your chapter. So go have them download the app, have them register on your TKE team. So when you register, in order to get credit for your chapter, you do need to identify as a TKE member of the TKE national team. And then also it would be helpful for your team name to have your university name and TKE in it somewhere. So register your chapters, and then you can begin fundraising on the app. Create your own personalized Team Raiser link, and then share it on your Instagram or your Facebook. Create Facebook fundraisers, text people, ask them to donate $10. Every dollar counts for the walk run. And then once you're done fundraising, you will all be able to walk on September 26th with us. We created a couple weeks ago a podcast that walks through all of this information in much more detail. So we encourage you to go to the TKE Nation podcast and listen to the St. Jude WalkRun episode.
That episode is one of our higher downloaded episodes. So very excited that people are listening to that. If you want to listen to TKE Nation podcast, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and basically anywhere you find your podcast. You can also go to tke.org/podcast for a direct link for there. Thank you, Kelley, for that. The Facebook fundraisers and stuff you talked about is such an easy way to make your fundraising start moving faster, right? People see those Facebook fundraisers all the time, and it's very easy. You'll get $5, $10. Then, some grandma or grandpa are going to make that big $100 contribution, and it helps you get to your goal really quick. The digital fundraisers and what Facebook is doing there is really fantastic. So next, as we transition here, we are also hot and heavy into recruitment time in TKE Nation. And so, Nate, I want to talk to you about how recruitment and St. Jude really tie together, and how you can utilize that partnership with St. Jude to actually help bolster your recruitment. So, Nate.
Yeah, Alex. So for the last few years, we've actually been asking all candidates some survey questions when they first get recorded into our system. And so one of those questions is, do they have any pre-existing relationship with St. Jude? Were they themselves a patient? Are they close to someone in their family that was a patient? Did they fundraise in middle school or high school? Did they have any kind of a pre-existing relationship with St. Jude? And obviously not everyone has completed that survey. Some people choose not to answer or not divulge or just skip that question, but including all the ones that didn't answer, over 10% of our candidates for the last few years have had some sort of pre-existing relationship with St. Jude. And that's a huge number when you think, 1 in 10 guys that we've recruited over the last 2 or 3 years has an affinity for St. Jude. And you can't help but think that has an impact on our group's recruitment efforts, right? And I know that over the years participating in CLS and St. Jude U, I've had those conversations with some of these guys that have said that our relationship with St. Jude was part of the reason they chose TKE over another fraternity, because of that pre-existing relationship. And so when you think about that, it makes sense that our guys are highlighting our involvement in it and making St. Jude part of their recruitment. The cool thing with all this online fundraising is that you can do it from anywhere, right? And so you, even in a COVID environment, hopefully this isn't carrying on into the winter semester and beyond, but we can be making St. Jude efforts part of our recruitment, inviting these candidates to join our WalkRun teams and joining them to take part in our TKE weeks. They don't have to be initiated brothers. They don't have to be candidates to participate, inviting other fraternities and sororities, because that's going to expand your impact. It's going to expand the relationship you have with those other folks on your campus. And so when they meet friends that are thinking about joining a fraternity, they're more likely to push them towards our guys because of positive relationships, right? And so this is just another piece of that character building and that culture that we're creating on our campuses that is a positive piece that people want to be a part of. And so absolutely, including St. Jude in your recruitment plans, especially right now with the whole WalkRun going on, like it's a perfect opportunity to get some folks involved and expose them to your chapter and see if it's going to be a good fit and raise some money for a really great cause while you're at it.
That makes so much sense. In my time on staff, this relationship with St. Jude has just become so ingrained in our collegiate members and our philanthropy and all of the stuff we're doing, because it is a very visual representation of building better men for a better world, right? Like we are actually making some groundbreaking changes and assistance through the dollars we are able to fundraise. Our collegiate members are able to fundraise. So it really is, I think, groups that are tied to the cause and understand the cause of St. Jude, that they are seeing a lot of success. I think there's a correlation there in recruitment numbers as well, because they're bought into doing something bigger than themselves. It's not just about the socials and all that kind of fraternity experience. It's about making the world a better place, making your local community a better place. So very, very excited about the opportunities and utilizing recruitment at St. Jude during recruitment. As we continue here talking, the next thing I want to get into, Kelley, is how to really plan your philanthropy and how to set yourself up to be successful throughout the fall semester as well as in the spring, and some tips that you have to get groups ready now for really the next full year.
We recognize that you all have so much going on right now. It would be busy if there wasn't a pandemic, and now that there is, you're relearning how to learn and trying to figure out how to do everything else, how to work, and how to get your groceries, honestly. So much has changed. And so we wanted to provide you with the tools so that you could plan for a year that's going to be really hard to plan for. We don't want St. Jude to be an afterthought for your fraternity. We want you guys to really be diving into your relationship with St. Jude early, so that you don't really have to think about it for the rest of the year. So we wanted to walk through a few different ways to make your philanthropy that much more centered for your chapter, really a focus for you all. And the first way that we encourage you to do is to set some goals, to work with your chapter, with other chapter leaders to figure out how much money do you want to raise for St. Jude, but also what do you want philanthropy to look like for your chapter? So we want you to set some monetary goals, but also non-monetary goals. And those might look like educating your chapter more on what St. Jude is. So maybe you're playing a St. Jude mission moment before each of your virtual chapter meetings, or you're doing a virtual tour with your chapter, participating in the St. Jude WalkRun. Whatever that might be for your chapter, we want you to set both a monetary and a non-monetary goal. For your monetary goal, how much money you want to raise for St. Jude this year, we're encouraging you to set a challenging goal. I know that might seem a little counterintuitive because you'd think that during a pandemic like this that you might be raising less money, but we actually saw almost the opposite last year. The chapters that were participating in virtual events last spring, were actually raising significantly more money than they would have otherwise, just by trying a virtual event. And so we want you to be setting a challenging goal for yourself, because we think people, your family and friends, still want to support St. Jude. St. Jude is still battling cancer. We're still battling other life-threatening diseases. We're contributing to COVID research. And so we want your family and friends to be supporting that as well. So set a challenging monetary goal. We know that a goal has been set for you. Your KRI goal has been set for you for this year. Think bigger than that. We know that you can exceed that goal. So we really want you to focus on what you think your chapter is capable of. So how much money did you raise last year? How much money did you raise the year prior? Set a goal that's higher than that. We want your goal to be growth. If you need help setting your goal, both Nate and I are available to help have those conversations with your chapter if you need them. But really, we want you to challenge yourselves, and we're here to support that. So some of the ways that we are supporting those larger goals are we're providing virtual event ideas. And so last year I had multiple one-off conversations with chapters, just walking through what philanthropy looks like currently and how we might be able to virtualize your philanthropy. So some of the ideas that we have provided resources for are the virtual No More Cancer Rally, which a lot of you are very familiar with. The virtual No More Cancer Rally not only walks you through the registration of your chapter's team raiser page, but it also walks you through the personalization of that page so that you can, so that your donors really know that it's you and know that you're passionate about St. Jude. And then it walks you through how to fundraise. So while you're learning how to do all of these things, you're actually raising a significant amount of money. The No More Cancer rallies that we have like active participants in, each participant typically raises on average $100 to $150. So it's a lot of money for not a lot of work. They're about an hour and the prep work is really easy. And so, especially when you do them virtually. So that is an option. We also have the option of a 24-hour challenge. This is a social media challenge where you are posting on social media for 24 hours, using your Instagram stories and your Instagram feed with your chapters, and then having your chapter members share that on their personal Instagrams. So we have seen a lot of success with this. Again, a really easy thing to be doing. We have a few resources on this that we can help you with if you're interested. Another really easy turnkey thing to do is using the Instagram bingo card, where you can put the bingo card on your Instagram story and then have people Venmo you $5, $10, and then you donate all of that money to your team raiser page. Really easy, really effective. The Instagram bingo cards, I think last year we found out that they raised over $100 if you complete the whole card. So really easy way to raise some money. Our biggest encouragement though is we understand that you guys have some really historic physical in-person events that you host with your chapters. Those events are really great and they're really successful. But if you are not able to host in-person events on campus due to COVID guidelines, we believe that there are ways to turn all of your physical events into virtual events. We saw that last year with virtual shave events and virtual silent auctions, a bunch of different things. So there is a way to pivot your plans from physical events into virtual events. So don't just cancel them because you're not able to have them. We really want you to be creative in the ways that they are hosting these.
Yeah, Kelley, to that point, it was after the outbreak had started and the campuses were, shutting down, going virtual, that our guys at Virginia Tech had raised their $150,000 during their Teak Week, almost primarily or almost exclusively online. Our guys at Houston had raised 30 of their $50,000 by going virtual, doing the 24-hour challenge that you were talking about. Another group that I like to highlight is our guys at Louisiana Tech went from raising $2,000 2 years ago to raising $20,000 last year, again by going virtual. And so and this was all done in that COVID environment. And so the blueprint is there for our guys to use these virtual tools and be epically successful. And going back to that recruitment piece from before, if our groups are always if they know that they've got 10 guys ready to go and ready to accept bids, like, you wouldn't set your goal at 10, you'd set it at 15, right? So the same thing with these St. Jude goals, you want to set it a little bit of a stretch goal. But the cool thing here is that even if you set a goal that is beyond your expectations, and you come up a little bit short, you're still doing amazing work for a great cause. And the best case scenario is you hit it, because you put the plan in place to get to that audacious goal. And then you realize that you were capable of far more than you ever thought, right? So set your goals high, and don't be afraid of this virtual environment. These Team Raiser pages were designed exactly for this, to be used online, and using the Facebook piece, right? Like, register and make sure you register through that. I wanted to point that out specifically because I know people do the birthday fundraisers on Facebook, but register on your Team Raiser page. And then in that dashboard, you can link it to your Facebook, because that is where our parents, our grandparents, our aunts and uncles and family friends are. And those are the ones who care about you and want to donate. And I would say, even if we are able to go back to our in-person events, still make this a part of your piece of your planning, because if you're only doing it on campus, like, you're trying to fundraise from other poor college kids, right? Like, we've all been there, we've all been in those shoes. So reaching out to those family friends and aunts and uncles, because they want to support us and they want to support you, and it's a great cause for them to get behind, and that's how they can do that, because they can't physically be there, but they can get to you through that Facebook and social media platforms. So just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah. So some of the other resources, like Nate was saying, we do provide each of your chapters with Team Raiser pages. That's the fundraising page that we use. You can get to your chapter's Team Raiser page by going to stjude.org/teak. So you will have to create a St. Jude WalkRun Team Raiser page and a chapter Team Raiser page. So you'll be registering for 2 pages if you choose to participate in WalkRun. So we offer Team Raiser to you to help you fundraise. There are a bunch of tools on that website. Like Nate said, the Facebook fundraiser is there. You can email your entire contact list from Team Raiser. There's just like a ton of ways to fundraise on that page. We also offer you a spot on Brand Central. Brand Central is where we host all of our marketing resources for our partners. So you have co-branded PowerPoints there, co-branded letterhead. There are patient videos on there for you. We also created a document that is called How to Host a Virtual Event. That document walks you through the different things that you might not think of when hosting a virtual event, like hosting a run-through, making sure that you're connected to Wi-Fi, some of like those logistical things that you might not even think of. So that document will be really helpful as you're planning your virtual events. We're hoping to get a couple other virtual event resources up there as well. And then we're also offering these bi-monthly webinars and videos. So you can be on the lookout for those. And then I will be sending out bi-weekly emails to your chapter philanthropy leaders. So you can also be looking for those. In addition to all of those things, both Nate and I are a consistent resource for you and your chapters. So if you have any questions or just want to brainstorm different ways to be supporting St. Jude, both Nate and I are available for those conversations. And I have our emails in the PowerPoint here. And the last resource that we're providing you is a planning document. So we find it super helpful for you to get all of your ideas and goals on paper so that you know exactly what you're planning, even when you forget in the midst of all of the craziness happening. So we will provide that planning document to you. It walks through your chapter information, so who your philanthropy contact is, how big your chapter is, so that we can understand a little more context about that, as well as the goals that you're setting. So like I asked before, to set a monetary goal and a non-monetary goal, you can outline that in the planning document. And then the rest of the document is really just a plan of execution. What are you going to do in the fall, and how much money do you think those things are going to raise? So say you decide to host a virtual No More Cancer rally in the fall, it's going to raise $1,000. Your goal is to raise $4,000. So with the rally that has raised $1,000 in the fall, you have $3,000 to bridge the gap in the spring. What kinds of events are you going to host in the spring to help raise the rest of your goal?
So if you're watching this right now, be thinking about, what do you want that stretch goal to be? And reach out to Kelley and I in the next day or two and let us know, because we would love to help you put a plan in place. And we'd love it even more if it is an audacious goal, because it'll get our gears turning of how can we help you achieve that goal, right? So reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. We look forward to hearing from you and helping you hit these goals.
Yeah. So one of the ways, besides WalkRun, we wanted to give you another way to really engage with St. Jude and start getting your chapter on the right foot philanthropy-wise. And so our organization has come up with a Collegiate Childhood Cancer Awareness Month challenge throughout the month of September. This is for, like I said, only collegians. So anyone who's involved in TKE, Up Till Dawn, any other fraternity or sorority that supports St. Jude, we're all coming together to support St. Jude during Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So there are 3 challenges that TKE is participating in. The first is a top national fundraiser. So if you are the top fundraiser nationally by September 30th, you will win a one-on-one conversation with an ALSAC leader in your field of choice. So say you want to go into business or marketing, we'll set you up with a leader in our marketing department. So this is a really cool opportunity. We're really excited for this, and obviously really excited to support you in your fundraising. The second challenge is to register and raise $25. If you do that simple task, you will be entered to win a $500 gift card at the end of September. Visa gift card, so you can use it anywhere. Amazing. And then the last challenge is to create the most innovative virtual event. So obviously we are looking for all of the cool ideas on how to host a virtual event. And we know that you guys are the experts in that category. So we want your help coming up with the most innovative virtual event. The participant or team that comes up with that most creative event will win 10 spots at ALSAC's Innovation Week, which I will say firsthand is like one of the coolest experiences that I have ever had. We get to hear from so many different people from all sorts of different companies that are super creative, as well as hear from some of our own staff members about ways that they have been creative in their day-to-day. So to get started, all you have to do is register for your chapter's team raiser at stjude.org/TKE. Get your whole chapter to register. You'll be getting an email from me every Friday in September, and you'll get information every week. Our leaderboard is updated every Friday online, and we will announce all the winners on October 1st.
That's fantastic. There's some of those things like the Innovation Week. That is such a cool opportunity. I know I've had some opportunities to speak with some of the people who have just been some of the drivers of innovation at St. Jude and ALSAC, and that has got to be a cool piece to be a part of. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that. So as we get close to wrapping up here, the next steps and the things to make sure that you guys are doing, right? Registering for the WalkRun. You can do that at teak.org/walk. Download that app that Kelley talked about. Register your chapter on your Team Raiser page, which, as she mentioned, was stjude.org/teak. Share that information about the challenges that we have that Kelley just shared with us. Share that amongst your chapter at your next chapter meeting. I think you should also make sure to think about your alumni as well and your alumni association. How can you get those guys involved in something like the WalkRun, or help you even fundraise, reaching out when you're setting up those fundraisers, Facebook fundraisers, to reach out to your alumni and get them encouraged to set up an account as well as make a contribution. And then the last thing is sending Nate and Kelley that planning document that she talked about, really to help guide you on those next steps of what you are going to, as your chapter, are going to go and achieve. So some good next steps there too. And Kelley, as we're wrapping up here, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about our goal and kind of those, how we were coming to our $10 million commitment to St. Jude.
So the main goal and why we put these things together, our goal is to help you reach your goal. We want your chapters to be successful in all facets, including your philanthropy. So by helping you reach your goal, you are helping TKE reach your goal of $10 million in 10 years by 2029 to raise the bone marrow transplantation and cellular therapy research floor. You're already 1 year into this commitment and you have raised over $1.3 million. So you are right on track for meeting this commitment in 10 years. And so to help keep you on track for that commitment, TKE has created the national goal of raising $1 million this academic year. This is the largest amount that TKE will have ever raised in an academic year before. And we believe that it can happen. If every member of TKE raises $110, it's really not that much. It's super easy. That's asking 11 people to donate $10. If every member raises $110, you will exceed this goal of $1 million this year. So we, like we have been saying this whole time, are here to support you. Our job is literally to help you hit this goal. And so we love doing it. That's why we're here. We're here to support your chapters however necessary, and you have all of these resources that we have just outlined, if not more. So we're really excited for this year. We believe that TKE can really blow every other year out of the water, even during a pandemic. So we're really excited for you guys this year and really grateful for the commitment that you have made to our mission.
Yeah, Kelley. So it wouldn't be fair for us to tell all of our chapters to set an audacious goal if we weren't willing to do it ourselves, right? And so what better time to break that $1 million than during a global pandemic and in an amount that we've never raised before in a single academic year for any cause. And so this is our goal for the year. We're excited to exceed it, and happy that so many of our groups are on board with this, because I just know from talking with the groups already this early part of the fall semester that a lot of them are excited about their efforts. They're excited about what's coming up and their plans, and I can't wait to celebrate TKE Nation hitting this goal for this year.
Thank you, Nate and Kelley, and just to reiterate what they shared. I mean, this goal, we only are in a position to even set a goal like this because of the fantastic efforts that groups like you are doing every single day. So thank you very much for your efforts. And as they both said as well, they are fantastic resources. If you're struggling, if you have a question, if you're not sure how to send the money in and make sure it gets credit, reach out. That is what both Kelley and Nate are here to do, and to help you be successful. So with that, I want to thank Kelley and Nate both for your time today, and we'll put their emails here up on the screen if you guys would like to reach out and ask questions, and then from there, share the success, share the great stuff that you guys are doing on social media, so that we at the international level can reshare it and repost all of that fantastic work that you guys are doing. And if we can even promote on the front end that you're doing a TKE week or you're doing a No More Cancer rally, let us know that information so that we can share that and help spread the word. So with that, thank you, Teak Nation. Have a good one.